those who can do and those who can don't. We should be trying to find those who can and don't when it comes to the climate movement. Ayesha Siddiqua pointed out that America has almost childish abhorrence of appearing to be in solidarity with the rest of the world. It is as if by choosing the opposite of what the world knows is needed, we assert our identity. And that's the mark of someone with a weak self image. And I believe that it's true that America has a weak self image. It accounts for a lot of the bluster. I approve, at least provisionally, the lower profile that our statesmen have engaged the media with lately. It was troubling to see a former administration constantly in bold-faced headlines from their own um, greedy desire to forge a personality cult using the power of billionaire-owned media. Bernie Sanders is to be commended for pointing out that the media skews interests subliminally by carping on issues that we all feel concerned for, but are only marginal relevance to the fate of the earth while completely neglecting climate change. So, what is to be done, or what is inhibiting our goalpost? Today, I came across a celebration of 10 years of Pope Francis. Clearly, anyone who knows me knows I celebrate Pope Francis's term. But 10 years is a short time, and we have less than that to put the brakes on the fossil fuel industry. The news today was worse than sad. It was deadly. An Arctic drilling project called Willow, for weeping willows, I suppose, because weeping is what any rational person would be moved to feel by the prospect of reducing yet another Arctic wilderness to the fodder of toxic waste from the carbon producing fossil fuel industries that we need to put a brake on in far less than 10 years. What gives? One of the things I find very problematic is that organizers, for the most part, are organizers, but there are also people who have a stake in remaining organizers. So if they've committed themselves to certain standards of organization, certain audiences who they appeal to, certain attendance that they expect to show, they're likely to waver when it comes to being told there's a new mandate. And I feel strongly that the fossil fuel movement, which is clearly capable of some degree of turnout, has ignored the need to turn out at media headquarters. Going to the government offices is great. Going to the forests to protect them is fantastic. Going into Twitter and providing real foundational educational materials that people can study and learn from is a generic echo school if you find the right tweets to follow. It's a fascinating facility, and its carbon footprint is fairly low. But when we need the media to reform with great vigor, fast, to neglect protesting where they are is a mistake. So I recommend that organizers put out an appeal for a march on the media and target their headquarters, newspaper offices, media central brains areas for a march on media, because the media controls attention, whether we like it or not. And they're very stubborn when it comes to promoting the toxic views of the people who own them, who are invariably greedy people who may even have contempt for the idea of the moral importance of considering what comes after them. So that's my thought for the day on the climate change movement.